Hello and welcome to Oakfield Farm in FS17. I'm Andrew from Border Farms Gaming, and today I'm going to take you on a tour. The reason to that is that I intend to do a new series in FS19, surprisingly on Oakfield Farm. And before I'm doing that, I wanted to show you what I've been doing there here in 17. And also I want to show you the machines that are coming with me to the new gameplay. So, and those that don't. So right now, the first item that you can see is my set of Lele mowers. Well, they are going to come because they are available in 7.19. Yes, they were part of the vanilla game, but they are available as separate mods in 19, but they will come anyway because I simply love them. So I wouldn't leave them for all the money on earth. By the way, they were left out here just like that because I was cutting the other field above, and I intended to do a cut for this one as well, but then all of a sudden I didn't continue anymore, so that's why it's here. There are some machinery that are left all around the map. We will visit them, hopefully, if I don't forget them. I already checked them out just to see what I am working with. Okay, moving on. Here are my cows. If you are someone with very good eyes, you can see that I'm running glance mod, and the number of cows is listed in the top left corner, and I have 52 cows. Now they are coming with me to the next gameplay, along with my sheep, who are obviously in the neighboring field over here. I may show them, but now I won't jump that hedge just for that. Yeah, so they are definitely coming. I won't bother about the manure heap because the cows will produce new manure. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, I will definitely have a front loader bucket, not that it would be anything special. It's a vanilla in-game bucket. Now this one I am really sad about, but for at least for a while I need to do without my grassland harrow. I really dig this one back in 17. I used it in almost every gameplay ever since it came out. I don't even know when. If you don't know what it did, that practically fertilized your grass fields without the need of any fertilizer or anything like that. Sip of tea. Yeah, it's very English. I'm drinking tea while recording a video of an English farm. So this is I think there is some sort of replacement. There is a Jovskin implement that, as far as I know, works to a similar effect. Practically this effect represented the idea that grassland harrows compress the soil, and that this helps to bolster productivity. So I simply love that one. Whenever I had the time to go over a field during the first growth stage, just after cutting, I did that because it's cheap and it's awesome. And also I had to do that in the first stage simply because I couldn't keep track of what I'm doing later on. Yeah. Then moving on, here you can see two more things. Now I will have to part ways with this lovely crone tether, because I don't think it will ever see the light of day in 19. Simply because the modding team that made it seems to be dormant, to say the very least. I mean, they moved on and created the studio that made the straw harvestadon, and then they abandoned their modding projects. They were BM modding, a German team, by the way. Now, while you start the new vanilla in-game version of that combine on the map, I think it will have to go, this green machine. Because because it's boring for me. I mean, I used this one in this farm for a solid 74 hours, if you check out. And then I used it elsewhere. And I'm not fond of this series. Anyway, yeah, I had a nice corn header with it. I have a different idea in mind for that. I will definitely have a Horse Pronto 9 DC, just like that. You start with one, just from the right from the get-go. So we will have one like that. It's here to stay. Let's go on this direction. We will most probably have a pressure washer. Even though I'm not really crazy about washing machines. I mean, why on earth when they get dirty again anyway? Now, instead of this nice old feed mixer, I think I will have an upgrade. There is a nice big Keenan mixer out that I intend to try and use. It could be a mod review in itself. So yeah, now let's go on. Let's dash. Obviously that baler has to go, because there is no such a baler in 19 yet. I think I will go with the Massey Ferguson baler that is out, made by Giants. I found that it was really nice, and it worked perfectly with my Unimog. Now, surprisingly, this Unimog will be there, because this is one of the two machines that I have converted over myself. So you will definitely see this one a lot. Fuel trailer. I'm sorry. So fuel trailer, I will have a different one. Fuel tank. And even though I have this Unimog in 19, you won't see that very much either. Simply because I decided to transfer it over to the subsidiary farm at Marvel Manor. Maybe if we visit there, I intend to visit there during the series, you may see it, or if I borrow it for something here, I can imagine works for that. It's really nice. I love that good old Unimog. Yeah. Yeah, this shed is pretty much empty. Oh, I skipped one. You see, I already skipped a piece of machinery. Now again, this seed drill, this Faderstad, or how on earth do we say that? It's not even German, it's Norwegian or what. So this is not available yet, and even so, uh, it it's a well-made mod, but I'm not fond of the machine itself. So it's a goner practically. You won't see that. Okay, now to the tractor shed. I have quite a few nice machines. Now, of these three small tractors, the New Holland is a goner for now. It may reappear if the original makers release it for 19, or if I find the time to convert it over. Realistically, the chances are very slim, because between doing videos and living my life, my time for modding has dropped seriously. This one I won't even touch. You won't see it unless it is converted over to 19. Who knows what happens. Now this one I already have in game, and you will see the good old 7810 a lot of times. It's going to be one of the workhorses on the new farm, or in the new series, let's put it this way. So sorry, in the series that I'm making over Oakfield farm. Obviously there wasn't any old series like that. Yeah, so this will come without that front loader. For now it won't have one, and then later on we'll see. Yeah. Practically what I'm going to do, I have a replacement for these two together, and the old Unimog. It's going to be just one machine that I have. It's a surprise. It's already ready to go. Yeah. Now, I don't think I will need a seed cart like that, because I'm going to use the wonderful big bag, or what it's called, mod by Not Ready. He's a fellow Hungarian who does really useful mods. I love his work. And I would like to give him a huge shout out for keep doing these awesome little things. I mean, he really does not do like the biggest fan tractors or big buds or anything like that, but he does very small implements which are just simply very useful, and once you try them you cannot live without them anymore. You keep asking yourself, where have you been all this time, oh you lovely mod. Now this is my grain cart, which I am very sad to part ways with, because this was from the Modern Classic DLC and I don't know if we will ever see that in 19. I do hope that in one way or other we can see it. I mean, come on, Meta.js and Giants, make it happen. I throw €5 your way one more time if you make it happen, seriously. Just for that one, to have that one in game. And maybe the JCB telehandler too. Because we practically, you can say that we have the New Holland combined from that pack. Even though the one in 19 is a TX32 and the one in the DLC was a TX34, but they are pretty similar, and we have the case tractors from that DLC as well, you can say. So and the cedar. So I would like to have that one, please, please, pretty please. Yeah. Now, that one, while it's available and it's awesome, I part ways with the old lady simply because I wouldn't use her for 2 lifetimes enough. She will make an appearance somewhere else once I made her up to par with openable windows and all that good stuff. Yeah, the front loader will also go. I will have just one. And again, I'm crying because I need to say goodbye to this nice Crown Swadrow as well. I will have a vanilla windrower in its stead. Yeah. Now this is the placeable section. Obviously, these are not available yet, or they won't be ever. I have no idea what to expect, so for now you won't see them. I will store my bales elsewhere. Also, I won't bring over this huge load of bales, but the first agenda is to do feed for the animals that I bring over, and everything is given to do that, I guess. This was the header that I bashed together to be used. Oh, that was the church organ. I was wondering what sort of music you hear. Yeah. So I practically bashed it together for the use with the John Deere combine, because I found that messing around with a header trailer on this map is a nightmare, and I wanted to have a self-carrying one, and the MacDown headers weren't out yet, as far as I remember, or whatever. For some reason I didn't want to use the self-carrying MacDown headers, which I really love, by the way. They are very good. And this combo will also go, simply because I don't need it. I'm going to have a very nice big grain cart, so there really won't be a reason to have two, and a truck. That was really just a bonus. I mean, I've spent where is that time, please? Yeah, as you can see, I spent 161 hours on this map, and altogether it ran just 3 hours, so it's really nothing. I can live without it. My my lovely loading wagon, which I won't have for now, again, alongside with the bale trailer. I already have a nice replacement in mind for both. My water tanker will also be replaced. Actually, this is a sort of a relic, because I used it for a while to carry water for the animals, but I haven't looked back ever since the front IBC came out, also by Not Ready, and I will use the front IBC again. I love that. I was so happy when it was released for 19. Again, a storage for the wool. I won't use that one. I mean, there is plenty of storage area over there at the in the sheds. I will use them now. and this what's its name? I saw that forage silo, so this won't be there. I will have something else, maybe the vanilla hayloft for now. I mean, I like to have loose straw and loose grass or loose hay for various reasons, like loose straw as bedding for the cow, and loose grass or loose hay to feed the sheep. And for everything else there are bales. Yeah. So since we are here, let's jump into this one to visit the two outlying outposts, if you like, the two machines that are left around. Oh yeah. Let's go this way. I mean, you can see that I love this map very much. I had pretty much a fun time with it for a very long period. So it's self-explanatory for me to mess with it again now that it's out for 19. I think the first stop is over yonder. Yeah. This field, well, both of these fields, both to the left and to the right, is mine. The one on the right, as you can see, is already cultivated, ready for a new crop. The other one is still waiting for cultivation. Oh yeah, this is the way. Okay, nice. While this is nicely cultivated, it's not mine, but the next one again is. I didn't have all the fields, but pretty much the majority of it. I also will make sure that I own those fields that I owned back in the day, so we won't start from scratch this time again. Well, kind of, we will, but not in every sense. Okay, so in this gameplay, this was my main workhorse. Practically it was running with a cheated engine that had, I don't know, 500 something horsepower. And I won't do that. While practically the 4955 is one of my top 5 favorite machines of ever. One of the best tractors to ever grace this earth. There is not a decent one out yet for 19, so we won't have that one. And we won't have the Faderstad cultivator either. So they are practically, what I'm doing here is saying goodbye to the big huge majority of my machines. Yeah. So they won't go. Let's see if there are anything else out there that I need to visit and show you. Not in this direction, no. Here are the mowers, we already have seen those. Oh yeah, then I have one. Where am I going? I was just boasting that I know my way around pretty much, but I don't. I forgot a lot. It was a long time since I last played it. I mean, I loaded up this save for like half an hour or so in January when I had a relapse of playing 17, partly fueled by the disappointment over lack of mods for 19, but 19 is going pretty well now in terms of mods. So there's that. But that was like half an hour, and I didn't really do anything meaningful. Oh, there we are. That wasn't very much of a long drive. I'm happy. I don't want to bother you for too long with it. Oh yeah, this is where we came. The feature presentation. So this was my going around vehicle, and I don't even know why I picked that. I guess I figured it would be really cool to have such a machine, but this looks really nice, but it's got a log error that bothers me, and I didn't know how to fix it back then, or I couldn't figure it out, and I don't even care about it anymore. So I think we won't have we won't have a get around car other than the Unimog. That will do fine. Yeah. Okay. It was a bad thing that I got out, because firing up the engine of that beast is one eternity. I will miss this one so much. I I put quite a lot of effort into this one because it's heavily edited. I will show all of that to you right away. Just let's get to a safe spot. Also, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. We are in Great Britain now. Forgive me, I'm coming from a country where we drive on the right side of the road, and the steering wheel is on the left side of the vehicle. We have this running joke in the family that Britain is the country where the passenger is driving. Because for us it seems like that. Yeah, and to the left, that huge field of sunflower, that also belongs to me. Obviously, when we go over to 19, it won't be sunflower. It will be, most probably, it will be something else. I think this is where we come. No, this isn't. I have so many fields in this one that I lose my way very, very easily. So almost there. I was very, very happy when I heard that Oakfield is coming for FS19, because this truly was one of the top 3 best maps for FS19 in my book. And if you wonder, Lone Oak was the other one that I really loved. It was, well, not to hurt anyone's feelings, but it was actually an American styled map that felt like the USA for me, or at least how I imagine the USA. Just simply because it wasn't using the assets, the vanilla assets that Giants provided. I mean, those looked really flimsy. So this is the last implement that I wanted to visit with you, and this will be replaced with the vanilla square bill wrapper this time. I mean, I had the cool DLC, or I still have it for 17, but after a while I switched over to that one, simply because the fact that it wasn't one that is practically vanilla for the game, if you like to call it that, even though it's a DLC. Well, one of the reasons that I was heavily messing with prices and running costs of vehicles back then that I don't do anymore, so I really don't mind if I'm using an implement that was coming with the game. It's part of the fun that I'm losing a ton of money over nothing. Yeah, and now the mod showcase for FS17 exclusively right here, right now. So practically what I did with this one is that I went to town with the interactive controls. For starters, this is the 2.0 version. Then secondly, yeah, and I replaced the back wheels because I found that the newer wheels had some shader issues or something, and even though they didn't send a log error, they made me drop frames heavily. So I put back the one from 1.0. So then I went to town with interactive control, in the sense that I used to have a lot of things like the rear hitch. I added a rear hitch that could be removed, or as I mean normal trailer hitch, if it was in the way of the 3-point linkage. Just to show you, it's there over here, and it's gone. See? Now then I had what? Yeah. Oh, the bonnet is what was coming vanilla. I think it's pretty much, yeah. So I made dual wheels also switchable. Especially on American maps, I was switching between them, dual wheels and single wheels heavily, depending on what sort of work it was doing. So these were the things that I added in, and I was really happy about it. Then one more thing, that there used to be some space between the front loader console and the chassis, and I added two simple geometric shapes so that it feels like it's a filling between them. I will have to do that in 19. That is one of the things that I need to do for it to look nice and realistic, because don't get me wrong, it was very nice as it was going, but we don't have floating front loader consoles in real life. Yeah. So now we are back. This is it for Oakfield Farm then, and be on the lookout for the follow-up video, which is going to be Oakfield Farm now in FS19. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and comment and subscribe, and thank you for the watching. Bye bye.